Just ahead on CTV News.
Trouble in the classrooms. Just ahead, the vote that's shaking up the Prince George's County Public Schools.
Plus, gallons of oil spilled in the Baltimore Harbor last night.
Emergency personnel worked through the night to help contain the situation. We have seen over 100 personnel literally worked through the night to make sure that we had this situation under control and contained.
And a new face is in the race for Maryland State Senate. Those stories and more on CTV News, starting now.
Good evening. This is CTV News for June 5th. I'm Katara Jones.
And I'm Marquette Shepard. Thanks for joining us.
An emergency from the largest union of educators is signaling troubling times for the county school superintendent.
CTV's Noel James spoke with both leaders on the way forward and has details.
Prince George's County Educators Association cast a vote of no confidence in Superintendent Millard House II and his leadership. The county's largest teachers union issued a scathing report card on House saying he is not doing the job. Union President Donna Christie says they need a clear, concrete plan.
We can see that we are holding the school system together with grit and grace, and it's going to fail. It's going to fail very quickly, very soon, if we don't have strong leadership at the helm.
Christie says they've experienced widespread dysfunction across all school levels. The list of complaints?
Payroll is not right. Benefits aren't right. Certifications are lapsing because they're not being processed in a timely manner. Our conditionally licensed educators aren't getting the support they need.
Meanwhile, Superintendent House is adamant that he is proud of the work that he is doing.
23 months after I came aboard, we saw, one of the highest increases in graduation rates, actually the highest increase in graduation rates in the state of Maryland, raised to 80%, which was a 6-point increase that we're extremely, extremely proud of. Now, I know that PGCTV moved forward with a vote of no confidence, but what I will say is that came out of a survey, about 10% of their overall membership. And, I think that kind of speaks for itself.
Now the vote definitely raises questions about House's future. Meanwhile, both the union and the Board of Education are mid-negotiations for a new contract. Both sides hoping that this vote will not affect the outcome. In Forestville, I'm Noel James for CTV News.
Thank you for that report, Noel. A diesel disaster in Baltimore's Harbor East and a massive cleanup is underway. A 2,000-gallon fuel spill has prompted an all-hands response from local, state, and federal agencies, including the U.S. Coast Guard. The spill began Wednesday afternoon near a marina and was traced back to an overflow during a diesel delivery at Johns Hopkins Hospital. By evening, the spill had reached open water. Firefighters have been skimming oil from the surface and flushing storm drains to contain the damage.
The Coast Guard and the contractor are using oil-absorbent materials and skimmers that feed into a 4,000-gallon pump truck. That also includes, in addition to the over 100 personnel who have worked through the night, that includes the fact that we have 3 skimmers out here, we have 6 vac trucks, we have 1,000 feet of sweep, and we have 600 feet of boom.
The strategy has been contain where we're at right now, reinforce that, bring the remainder of the product down, keep it contained. So we're absolutely on schedule with where we had planned to be.
Our top priority today, tomorrow, and every day is the safety of our residents and our environment. And we're going to do everything in our power to restore the area as quickly as possible without compromising that safety.
Officials say there's no threat to drinking water, but cleanup could last for days.
Well, our new county executive-elect, Aisha Braveboy, is wasting no time in building a solid team. She's named Maxine Bardwell as Chief Administrative Officer for Prince George's County. In the role of CAO, Ms. Bardwell will manage daily operations, oversee resource allocation, and ensure smooth operations. Braveboy's transition team also includes at-large council member Calvin Hawkins and Attorney General Anthony Brown, who spoke on Braveboy's leadership on election night.
And Aisha Braveboy, tonight belongs to you in Prince George's County. Thank you for all you have done. And you have shown us how to win with grace and how to be the kind of leader we need.
When I was Lieutenant Governor, she served in the House of Delegates. She knows the legislative process. She knows how to get things done in Annapolis to bring it back for the people of Prince George's County. She's been an executive running the state's attorney's office with a qualified group of professionals. So she knows how to lead a group of professionals to get the job done.
The final results of the race will be called June 13th, and Braveboy will be sworn in on the Juneteenth holiday.
A local small business owner is looking to represent Prince George's in the Maryland General Assembly, but the seat he's after already belongs to a longtime politician. This is Democrat Kevin Ford Jr. He's running to join the Maryland State Senate, representing District 24. This seat is currently held by State Senator Joanne Benson, who's been in the Senate since 2011. Ford, a father and husband, has already received support from former county executive Rashawn Baker.
Too many of our young people are filled with potential, but locked out of opportunity. And too many of our elected leaders have grown comfortable, while our communities get more frustrated and feel more forgotten. I believe in a different kind of leadership, the kind that shows up, that listens, that doesn't just make promises, but delivers.
CTV News reached out to Senator Benson's office to find out if she's planning to run for re-election, but have not heard back. A federal judge orders the unsealing of court documents related to Kilmar Abreu Garcia's deportation. Judge Paula Zenas issued the order after several news organizations argued that under the First Amendment, the public has a right to view the court records. The Trump administration argued that unsealing the records would risk national security. However, the unsealed records provides little information that's new or unknown about Garcia's case. Judge Zenas says the records, quote, does not disclose any potentially privileged or otherwise sensitive information.
A groundbreaking ruling from the Supreme Court, and it's about who can claim discrimination at work. In a unanimous decision this morning, the High Court sided with Marlene Ames, a straight white woman who claimed she was passed over for promotions that went to gay colleagues. The justices struck down a higher legal bar that applied to members of majority groups, saying all workers, regardless of background, deserve a level playing field. Ames sued after losing 2 state jobs to gay candidates she claimed were less qualified. The ruling could open the door to more discrimination claims and put pressure on employers to rethink diversity policies. And President Trump is turning up the heat on his predecessor with a move that's already shaking Washington. Trump has ordered a federal investigation into whether Biden was mentally fit to lead and if an auto pen was used to hide cognitive decline. The sweeping probe puts thousands of Biden actions under the microscope, from executive orders to judicial picks to commuted death sentences. Biden says he made every decision himself, calling Trump's allegations false and dangerous. But Trump calls it a scandal of historic proportions, demanding to know who was really running the country. So far, the Justice Department hasn't said if it will take action.
Meantime, President Trump is igniting new controversy over immigration again. The White House has unveiled a new travel ban, blocking or limiting entry from 19 countries. Officials cite national security, linking it to Sunday's attack in Boulder, even though Egypt, where the suspect is from, isn't on the list. Travelers from nations like Afghanistan, Iran, Sudan, Venezuela, Burundi, face new barriers starting June 9th. Exceptions include green card holders and select visa categories, but critics call it a second Muslim ban. With pushback growing, legal challenges may be just days away. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Katara Jones.
And I'm Marquette Shepard. Coming up.
The 7th annual men's golf tournament for the Prince George's County State's Attorney's Office is taking place right now at Oak Creek Golf Club. I'm Bryce Parker. We'll give you that story and more coming up on CTV News.
Hi, I'm Leland Melvin, and I travel to space twice as a NASA astronaut. Space technologies help protect our precious Earth. Space helps us monitor changes in carbon emissions, track the pace of climate change. It even helps us fight natural disasters. Make sure that you get out to your local science museum or go to spaceforall.us to explore and learn about space and science. Space is for all.
If alcohol builds a wall around you that doesn't let you see where you're going, that keeps you feeling isolated and alone, that makes you feel hopeless, know this. We're here to help if you want us to. It's never too early or too late to ask for help with a drinking problem. Alcoholics Anonymous, there is a way out. For more information, visit aa.org and download the Meeting Guide app.
Welcome back. We now have new details about a vehicle involved in a fatal hit-and-run crash last week. Police released this photo of the vehicle. It's a 2025 gray Chevrolet Malibu with the Maryland tag number 4GL2393. The suspect drove it on May 28th when it struck and killed 25-year-old Marquise Maddox. Police say the vehicle should have front-end damage and might be traveling through the Oxon Hill area. Police are now offering a cash reward for tips leading into an arrest and indictment in this case. Anyone with information is asked to call police at 1-866-411-TIPS.
Tonight, a major bust in a deadly drug pipeline with ties to Maryland. Federal prosecutors say 8 people have been sentenced for flooding West Virginia's eastern panhandle with fentanyl, meth, and cocaine. Among them, Eric Gardner of Baltimore, who got 25 years, and Gary Rodriguez of Lanham, sentenced to 20 years. The case involves more than 80 defendants, with 81 already convicted. One Baltimore man is still on the run. Acting U.S. Attorney Randolph Bernard says the bust is part of Operation Take Back America, a national push to dismantle drug cartels and protect local communities. And an 18-year-old is in custody for a kidnapping that started in Montgomery County and later made its way to Prince George's. According to Montgomery County Police, witnesses saw a man grab a woman and force her into a vehicle on Sunday. It happened in the area of Wexel Drive, and Greencastle Road. A short time later, Prince George's police received a call about the same vehicle in Beltsville. This time, the woman was screaming for help and locked the suspect out of the car until he took a rock and smashed the window. MCPD were able to locate the victim and arrest the suspect, identified as Joel Akakpo, on Monday.
Attorney General Anthony Brown joins 18 attorney generals in their effort to protect the enforcement of the Voting Rights Act. The brief supports the rights of Americans to vote without facing racial discrimination. It specifically defends the ability of citizens to file lawsuits to enforce Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. The brief involves a case where a district court found that a map diluted the voting rights of Native Americans. However, the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals reversed this decision. The brief asks the court to rehear the case. A golf tournament held today at Oak Creek Golf Club celebrated Black men in the county.
And CTV's Bryce Parker is in Upper Marlboro with more.
Today, County Executive-elect Aisha Braveboy hosted the 7th annual men's golf tournament for the Prince George's County State's Attorney's Office, and we got a chance to catch up with some of the players.
You know, we're having a good time and we're enjoying one another, fellowshipping, discussing, right, coming together.
A day of fun with friends, relax, raise some money for good causes. It's all about being a part of the community.
We're out here supporting the state's attorney, now county exec, you know, giving back to the community, showing love, and just building a fundamental environment for, you know, Black men and Black people as a whole.
It's a perfect day for a round of golf, and an even better one to support a cause that gets bigger and better every year.
Really raising awareness to the importance of men in our community and their involvement in public service and helping to mentor our young people.
This is the largest one we've had. We've had over 80 golfers, almost 90 golfers this year. So it's just a testament on how much, you know, we're trying to grow our commitment to the community and bring the community closer to us.
It's no coincidence that the tournament is held in June. With Father's Day fast approaching, the county executive-elect hopes that these men can take a second to relax and compete on the green.
I appreciate all the men who are fathers or who are father figures in the lives of members of our community who are making a tremendous difference. So we celebrate them, play a little golf, raise some money, and we talk about those groups headed by men who are making a difference in our community.
Along with Father's Day, June is recognized as Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So today's round of golf isn't just about making par. It's a reminder that there is power in brotherhood.
I think one of the things that men don't do is talk. They don't talk to each other about their issues, their problems. They don't show sometimes the emotions that women do show, and which is why men suffer disproportionately from things like heart attacks. And so we want men to get it off their chest, to understand that they are not the only ones facing the issues that they may be facing, that there are an army of men here to support each other, and that's what today is all about.
Reporting in Upper Marlboro, I'm Bryce Parker, CTV News.
An award ceremony was also held after the tournament. Governor Wes Moore announced the launch of a new funding project to small businesses in low-income communities. The governor launched the Maryland Community Investment Venture Fund, a $2.5 million fund, which is part of his 2023 Access to Banking Act. It will provide grants to financial technology firms or fintechs to test new products and service for small business owners. The fintechs will compete for up to $500,000 in grants through a pitch and application process. Still to come on CTV News, it's finally warming up.
That's right, and if you're looking for something cool to do this weekend, stay tuned.
Well, I am ready for the weekend. What about you? What's the Move is up next, and I have some events this weekend that you don't want to miss. Stay tuned.
Dear Coach. Dear Coach. Dear Coach, they don't teach you that inner strength is the most important kind of strong, but you taught me that.
They don't teach you how to build confidence in yourself or how to deal with all the pressures all at once, but you taught me that.
First tee was more than golf. It's where I discovered what I'm capable of.
You didn't just prepare me for 18 holes. You were preparing me for every day of my life. Learn more at firsttee.org.
Summer is right around the corner, and so are some bugs. The warmer weather has brought new concerns about midgets, ticks, and spotted lanternflies. Now, lanternflies are an invasive species originally native to China, but have been in the U.S. for a decade, are already appearing across Baltimore County. The good news is that midgets, despite being an extremely nuisance, impose no physical or health alert. This summer, remember to wear long shirts and pants while venturing into those wooded or grassy areas.
Well, the AA batteries of the DMV, Anthony Dew and Anthony Murrell, have been invited to perform their hit song, We at War, DMV Stop the Violence, at Bowie Fest for the third year in a row. Dew and Murrell, who have committed over 3 decades to youth empowerment, talked to us about how their longevity has bred success and what to expect from their upcoming performance.
See, our longevity, we 30 years deep in this game. We started back when we was in our 30s, when we did youth lock-ins. We locked youth in all night long, and we empowered them and motivated them over at the City of Tacoma Park. The A&A means Anthony Dew and Anthony Murrell. We got both opposites that make a fantastic whole.
Music is strength. And once we found out that we could stop talking and just start entertaining through our outreach entertainment, the doors flew open, and as you can see, we gray-headed now, and we're still able to still represent. And no one cares how old we are, because we have a platform like Earth, Wind & Fire, like Marvin Gaye. You know, we have a platform like Kool in the Game.
And you can catch their performances on Saturday at 1 p.m.
Tomorrow is Friday, and I'm sure there's a lot going on this weekend.
That's right, and if you're curious about what to do or where to go for some fun events, Brittany Aaliyah is here to fill you in on what's the move.
Happy Thursday. The weekend is rapidly approaching, and it's only right that I get you caught up to speed on some fun events around the DMV. Tomorrow night, Wu-Tang Clan is in the building. And when I say in the building, I mean at the CFG Bank Arena. They're hitting the stage at 8 p.m. And if you're a hip-hop lover, you don't want to miss their Wu-Tang Forever, the Final Chamber Farewell Tour. Now, there are quite a few festivals also going on this weekend. One of the biggest and my favorite being the Capitol Jazz Fest, kicking off tomorrow at 7 p.m. This is the 32nd annual 3-day music fest at Merriweather Post Pavilion, and this year they're coming with some heavy hitters. TLC, Q Sweat, Eric Benet, Atlantic Star, Drew Hill, Will Downing, Najee, Bob James, En Vogue, and so many others. Oh my God. And what's crazy is that's not even half the list. Bring your lawn chairs, come on out, and just have a good time. I'm telling you, this is where you want to be this weekend. And Bowie Festival is back. This long-standing City of Bowie tradition returns on Saturday and will mark the 48th year of this event. Come on out from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Allen Pond and enjoy talented performers, a variety of vendors, and so much more. I'm telling you, this is the perfect place to bring the entire family. Switching gears, World Pride continues this weekend with some huge events and big artists hitting the stage. On Saturday, the World Pride Parade starts at 2 p.m. in D.C. Prince George's County Police Department's 3rd annual Pride Walk at the National Harbor is from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the World Pride Music Festival with J-Lo and a great artist lineup is going down on Saturday and Sunday at RFK Festival Grounds from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. Lastly, Motown Explosion is this Sunday at Bowie Center for the Performing Arts. Doors open at 2 p.m. and you have to come check out the Dynamic Superiors with special performances and tributes to Motown Hall of Famers such as Smokey Robinson, Diana Ross, Marvin Gaye, and so many others that have really stamped their legacy in the music industry. From festivals to some iconic performances, this weekend is jam-packed with non-stop entertainment. I'm Brittany Aaliyah, and that's What's the Move. Have a great weekend, everyone.
All right, guys, don't move. Simon Buggs is here with our Thursday sports page.
That's right, and I hear today he's talking about all that's going on in sports. Simon, what's going on?
Hey guys, and coming right up, CTV Sports catches up with one of the newest members of the Washington Commanders. Hear what he had to say after the break.
Experience a golden era of music with Motown Explosion at the Bowie Center for Performing Arts, Sunday, June 8th. Doors open at 2 p.m. For tickets, visit bowiecenter.org or call 301-805-6880.
Okay, sports fans, are you excited? Because it's time for your Thursday sports page. Now, while the Commanders' defense was better last season, there still is room for improvement in 2025. So, the Burgundy and Gold made some solid moves on that side of the ball, one of them signing defensive end Dietrich Wise. Wise was with the New England Patriots for the last 8 seasons before coming to D.C., and the 30-year-old spoke on what his experience has been like with his new team.
Being new here, had to learn what the standard meant here, how they run things here, what's the Commander's way. And as I'm learning, I feel like everybody's buying in. Everybody's seeing this works. We've been seeing it. Y'all saw last year. I saw last year. Now to be a part of this, I know why they are winning. And it's because of brotherhood and a foundation and details. I'm blessed for the opportunity to be here. Thank God every day for this opportunity. And Coach keeps a high energy on the field and off the field, so this is great.
Wise and the rest of the team will wrap up OTAs tomorrow. Next up will be the team's mandatory minicamp, which begins on June 10th. Meantime, congratulations to Washington Mystics forward Kiki Iriafen for being named the WNBA Rookie of the Month for games played in May. In May, the LA native put up 14 points and 10 boards while shooting 47% from the field. Her 14 points ranked third among rookies, and her 10 rebounds per game was ranked fourth best in the league. Iriafen is also one of only 6 players in the history of the W to average at least 10 points and 10 rebounds through their first 7 games of their career. The USC product is the first player in Mystics history to receive this honor. Iriafen and the rest of the team will host the New York Liberty tonight at 7:30. Moving on to the world of lacrosse, the Terps men's team will have a new face on the team in 2026, as Vermont transfer Henry Dodge has committed to the team. The faceoff specialist had a 71.3 faceoff win percentage this past season, which was the best in the nation. The Connecticut native was also named the America East Specialist of the Year and was America East All-Conference First Team. Dodge is the 4th incoming transfer for Maryland. And in MLB news, the Baltimore Orioles took the field at 3:40 against the Seattle Mariners. The Birds will look to go for the sweep, beating Seattle in the previous 2 games. And finally, the NBA Finals kicks off tonight. The Oklahoma City Thunder will host the Indiana Pacers for Game 1. Tip-off is at 8:30. And that wraps up your Thursday sports page. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports.
Thanks, Simon. Let's get a look at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight will be partly cloudy with some wind. Tomorrow it's going to be partly sunny with a high of 84. Showers are expected between 2 and 3 p.m. Saturday, showers and thunderstorms are on the way. It'll be 83 degrees. Sunday, another day of rain between 2 and 8 p.m. We'll have a high of 77 and a low of 64.
And for our community calendar, Boss Up Summer Camp is hosting a 10-week program for youth ages 4 to 14. The program focuses on STEM, trades, and financial literacy plus leadership. Every child who signs up and mentions PGCTV will spark a $25 donation towards youth scholarships. Camp starts on June 23rd and wraps up August 18th at Mount Nebo AME Church. For more information, visit bossupsummercamp.com or you can call 202-951-5145.
And that wraps up CTV News for now. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
No. Nation love is inside of you. I say summer, 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 summertime. Safe summer in the DNV. No robbing, no killing, no shooting. Choose positive over negative in the scenario. The life